What's up, guys? Listen, I'm really sorry for my voice. I know it's shot. Um, it was really upsetting because I haven't been able to stream. Better today, but it was horrible. On Memorial Day, I had some food, I had some drink, and then it came up on me, and I guess it just ruined my throat. So hopefully, I'll be able to make content normally soon. But for now, you're gonna have to suck it up. I appreciate it if you do. Because I really wanted to talk about this topic. Obviously, I guess God doesn't want me to talk about it, but this Ethan Klein situation is getting I can't do this. It's getting out of hand, honestly. It's getting very frustrating. I understand that people don't like Ethan, and I understand that he deserves it to not be liked. He does have cancel culture energy. He's constantly trying to go after people with false allegations, like he did with Fresh and Fit. So I get it. I do. I understand the disproportionate energy. I understand your hatred of Ethan. But this situation, this isolated situation, to me, this is insane. It's getting out of hand. People, they were obviously jokes, very edgy. And I guess the thing for me is, these 19 kids died and 2 teachers, and people are upset. And I feel like, at the very least, hey, like, be a little empathetic to that. It feels like we forgot that happened. When we talk about the situation, nobody's keeping that context in mind. We're pretending it didn't exist, but we're emotional creatures. And it was a really edgy joke. And you want to know what? Excuse me. He was banned for a week. So he got banned for a week. I feel like, hey, you know what? Fair enough. He got a punishment. He got banned for a week for making those jokes. I think that's perfectly fair. But Keemstar is just like going after this guy. He wants him banned. And I think it's kind of pathetic because it signals one of 2 things to me. Either one, Keemstar actually feels this way, and he's the most sensitive pussy fucking troll I've ever heard. I come from like a trolling background when I was younger. I used to say horrible shit, and people used to say horrible shit to me. And a big thing for trolls is like, you're not allowed to get upset. You can't get triggered. You're not a normal person anymore. You've decided to go to the dark side. You want to yell profane things, then you have to suck it up. And so either Keemstar is the most pussy troll ever, and he was on my fucking thing. We were talking, and he's like, oh, with the whole I Show Speed situation, he's like, oh, he should be able to say whatever he wants. It's trolling. It's like, okay, but then where are you now? So he's either the biggest pussy troll or he's dishonest and he just hates Ethan this much. Personally, if Ethan gets banned, it's probably good for me. I mean, I'm not an Ethan substitute, but there are plenty of people who probably gravitate towards me. Last time I got banned for a week, people gravitated towards me. It's unfortunate that I'm that I can't speak, or because my stream probably would do better. But whatever, man. I still think it's crazy. And from the conservative perspective, people were like, oh my God, I love the edgy Dave Chappelle jokes. They're so funny. Oh, the anti-trans jokes are so funny. I agree. They were kind of funny. But then now you have a joke that's targeted at you as an NRA member, and you're having a fucking meltdown. Where does it end? You're like, oh, he called violence. It was a joke. Very clearly. Nobody acted on it at all. You know what I mean? Like, you immediately walked it back. You could hate Ethan, but the fucking pearl clutching is pathetic because we have this fucking guy over here who calls the fucking authorities, which is insane. I'm going to listen to some of it. But it's like they're not even outraged. You're not even upset. People aren't upset. This is the thing. You're just pretending to be. It's fucking pathetic. Anyway, let's watch this fucking clip that Keemstar has here.
Meeting that's today in Texas. Someone should bomb that building. Mm-hmm. Is it bad advice to say?
And again, he immediately walked it back.
Like, go outside Ted Cruz's house and just shoot in the air?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Now, bitch. See how you like guns outside your house. Get a.
And yeah, man, with this Ted Cruz joke, the joke is this dude, like, there was a fucking mass shooting in Texas, and less than a week later, the NRA is having a meeting in Texas, an NRA meeting. And Ted Cruz is there fucking blaming video games and everything else but fucking guns. I don't care. Like, no one's serious about doing this. Like, can you not understand? Like, jokes are usually vehicles to vent some kind of frustration. Like, that's the frustration here. I don't think Ethan would ever unironically call somebody to stay outside someone's house and shoot guns. It's an edgy joke. I've made them all the time. So like, I don't understand. I make them all the time on my channel. Like, how are you not frustrated by what happened with Ted Cruz? It's really irritating. You know, a bunch of fucking kids are killed. And we're like, well, what about the video games? It's like, what about the fucking guns? Like, something. We can talk about something. I'm not saying ban all guns. I'm just saying something. You know?
Fake tactical nuke. So hard. I hope his wheelchair hits a big old rock and he fucking tumbles out of that. You know, he's in a wheelchair. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just hope that.
I like the qualifying thing where he's like, there's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair. Because, you know, we need to make sure Ethan knows. Ethan needs to make sure we know that he's woke enough. There's nothing wrong with being in a wheelchair. Okay.
One puts a stick in his fucking wheelchair and he tumbles out of his seat.
This icon kind of looks like a wheelchair wheel if you think about it.
And he goes, help me back into my chair. I'm just saying, if you're going to shoot up anything.
Don't.
This Walmart joke, I don't even know the context. And like, it's not good because there was already shootings at Walmart. But we have the whole thing. Like, if normally I would have went to the podcast and I would have been like, okay, I want to see what the context of this joke is. I'm not really getting it because it's obviously very insensitive. I don't really get the whole Walmart thing. It seems like he thinks he has an idea here. I don't really know what it is. But there's no full, I can't look at the full context. He's gone. So like, I can't even figure out what he was trying to talk about.
Make it.
If they show, if there was a shooting at Walmart and then
they
wait, stop.
There was a shooting at Walmart. This is very insensitive. Stop making this joke.
And
There's
then
literally a shooting at Walmart today.
Don't finish it when it's cutting out.
Let me finish. And then they showed me that video and said this is what they were doing the day before. I'd be like, that's horrible, but I get it.
I don't know the context. It seems like, I don't know, there was like some kind of gun thing. I don't know. So I can't really speak to that. The call for the MRA bombing, it's a joke. The attack on governor's wheelchair, like labeling this as an attack on his wheelchair. He said he hopes he falls on a rock or somebody puts a fucking stick in his wheelchair. Like, give me a fucking break. Really? Calls for people to shoot. This isn't really a call for people to shoot Ted Cruz's house. It's a joke. I don't know what else to say. I feel like I'm being gaslit by you all. I think it's not a fucking joke. And again, and the Walmart thing, I just don't get it because I can't see full context. I don't think he should be banned on YouTube. I don't like Ethan. Okay? He's a fucking idiot. I also don't like Keemstar. He's also a fucking idiot. You're both fucking dumb. Okay? I expect more of Ethan because he's smarter than you. I truly expect more of Ethan because he's smarter than Keemstar. I mean that 100%. Keemstar's an absolute fucking idiot. Okay? So is Ethan, but Ethan knows better. Okay, these are jokes that I would expect Keemstar to make. So yeah, man, the pro clutching is unreal. Keep in mind, Trump was at the NRA along with other politicians. Who cares? I don't give a fuck. What does that mean to me? Oh, Trump was there. He might have died. I mean, nobody was gonna die. Plus, check this out. The NRA has a lot of guns, so they probably would be okay. In one single H3 podcast, Ethan Klein made a threat against a governor, a senator, and a former president of the United States. Shut the fuck up. This is so stupid. Leafy is here. His 5 million YouTube channel is banned for making fun of Pokemon. H3 HD Productions. This podcast calls for terrorist attack, blah, blah, blah. I don't know Leafy's content. I really don't. I've only seen like one joke that was really like upset me because he called a young girl with Down syndrome retarded. And I shouldn't even use a word because I'm against it, you know, and that's a whole conversation I have against how people don't care about the R slur because people with intellectual disabilities are the ones that are usually the target of them and they don't really have a platform or a voice to speak about it. And so that upsets me. If you ever talk to somebody with Down syndrome, they hate that. It's really upsetting, but you don't care because you never talk to somebody with Down syndrome. I have. My wife works with people with Down syndrome and autism. She's an adult. She's a behavioral specialist for adults with disabilities. Like they're very vocal about how they hate the word. So like that upset me. I don't know his other content. Maybe he did deserve it. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine if they banned him off YouTube, it probably was much worse than you're trying to pretend it is. But I don't know. But your argument should be like, hey, if Ethan's allowed to stay on the platform, why can't Leafy come back? Not ban them both. Because that's what you're saying here. I think it's kind of fucking pathetic. Anyway, I just want to watch this part here because Bo Black's put me. I'm in this video. It's funny. I just want to put it up.
Keemstar shows Ethan's tweet and says, now Ethan Klein's straight up lying, saying it was a joke. It wasn't a joke at all. It was a statement. That's why you...
It's so funny because when Keemstar was making the joke about how girls can't get raped in the mouth, he was like, how do you get raped in the mouth? Can you just go like this? And he's like joking about it and like laughing about it. I was like, yeah, that was an insensitive joke. He's like, I wasn't joking. It was a question. I think Keemstar is either like, I think he's really just dishonest. I think he's just a very dishonest person, and you can see it when like his morals get tested because he's supposed to be an edgy. Like you can just say it was a really bad joke, and I don't think it was funny because it could have caused harm. I disagree with that, but that's a logical statement. This isn't. It was like this shows to me Keemstar thinks that something being a joke, it means that like all hands off. Right, his argument. He probably thinks that like if something's a joke, that means you can't get punished for it. So that means it can't be a joke, or else you get free, like a get out of jail free card. Either that, or he actually has some kind of undiagnosed autism. And I'm not saying that as a joke. I mean, like this motherfucker, like you don't understand what a joke is. Then, like, I mean, I've dated girls with autism. It's impossible because I'm very sarcastic. I'm very dry humor. So it's one of those two. Either he's incredibly dishonest, which is probably it, or he has undiagnosed autism. I don't know what the fuck else to tell you. Because this motherfucker, this is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like, your argument is like fucking horse shit.
You said, okay, I'll roll that back. And the fact that he's using this mass shooting, kids' deaths, to defend his own call for a terrorist attack on U.S. soil.
I don't think he's using it as a defense, bro. Like, everybody's upset, man. Like, I don't know how you're not upset. You know, I think, I don't even know if Keemstar's upset. Because he says that he is. But then the second somebody gets upset and makes a shitty joke, he has a fucking meltdown. Where's your fucking humanity? He's not using it as an excuse. Everybody's upset. Ethan's still a person. Ethan is still a person, bro. Like, I imagine he's just got like really upset about the whole shooting. That's it. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean he's not a person. So...
disgusting. Papa Gut responds to Keem by saying, you saying he wasn't joking meant you were being intentionally dishonest, or you were wildly unintelligent. Keemstar responds by saying, it wasn't a fucking joke. He said it with a straight face. His fucking wife said, uh-huh, and then one of his employees had to stop in and say, hey, and he replied, I'm going to have to roll that back. There was absolutely no joke, you dishonest piece of shit.
Keemstar's such a loser. This pussy doesn't, this pussy won't come on and talk to me about it. I can't talk about it today because I'm fucking, but... you know.
Papa Gut responds, wildly unintelligent it is then.
The reason there's no real point to try to debate somebody on Twitter. So I made my statement and I'm not going to give you a full-fledged response because I don't have the time of day to fucking sit on Twitter and have a fucking argument with you. It's dumb and it's childish. So that's why my argument here is just like, hey, come on the stream if you want. Which he didn't. He doesn't want to. Because he doesn't fucking mean anything he says. Fucking idiot.
Keemstar responds, when you can't make an actual point, you resort to, you're stupid.
That's not true. I just think you're actually unironically fucking retarded. Oh, sorry. I gotta stop using that word. I just went on a whole lecture before. Sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I could edit that out, but I probably won't. Because I'm fucking lazy. Anyway, I actually think you're stupid. Well, I don't even think it. I know you are. I mean, it's just for you. I don't say this to other people because they're not dumb. You're just a special kind of fucking dumb.
The truth of the matter is, Ethan's extremely far-left politics overlap your politics, and that's why you were willing to flat-out lie and say his statement was a joke.
So what's really funny about this is that, like, last week, there's a whole thing where Ethan like pushed their false rape accusation against Fresh and Fit. Well, Fit from Fresh and Fit. Keemstar didn't talk about that for fucking dick. I talked about that because that shit was fucked up. Okay, I don't like Ethan because he overlaps my politics. That's the stupidest fucking thing. That's why you're an idiot. Before that, the whole Jiddy and Hassan and Ethan thing, I was the first one to call it out. And then, like, which I don't care that I was the first one. And then you were like, oh, cool, talk about this in my DMs. You fucking, like, shut the fuck up. I already talked about it. And then I kept talking about it. When he went on Leftovers, when Hassan defended on Leftovers, Ethan just doubled down. I was like, this fucking idiot. I was screaming. And, like, you know, like, but somehow I somehow give him like such a charitable perspective because we overlap in our politics. What are you talking about? Ethan's fucking stupid as shit. He doesn't even understand politics. Okay, he's dumb as fuck. He absolutely assassinates every social issue he talks about. He's a fucking moron, just like you. So this whole like unintelligent, you guys are lying in some capacity. If I could roll with the same argument and just say the reason that you're pretending to be offended is because you're more conservative leaning and you want to align with conservatives. Like, I wouldn't say that because it's a fucking loser, dumb fuck perspective, but that's all I have to say. But then we just get engaged with this. Like, you're just saying this. The reality is for people who know me, they know I have a reputation of being unbiased as possible and very introspective. People know you as the stupidest fucking person on the internet. So, like, I don't really understand. You're a fucking moron. If you want to talk about it, be my guest, but like, you're not going to, because you don't care. You don't really mean anything you're saying, because it's just an anti-Ethan perspective, because you're a fucking baby. It's fucking incredible.
You are a pathetic loser. Defend your point, pussy. Papa Gut then responds by saying, you were always welcome on the stream, Keemstar. Not gonna lie, kind of a disappointing end to that thread. I would have really liked to hear Papa Gut elaborate on his thoughts then and there.
Not gonna happen. It's fucking childish Twitter bullshit.
Anyways, let's go back to Ethan Klein's feed.
And plus, I can't make content out of it. So. All right, so let's end this off with this fucking moron calling the. But hey, it's your right. Let's see what we got here. Legally armed America.
Let's go, Brandon. Okay, guys, real quick. I just got off the phone with Texas DPS and was able to file a formal complaint against Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast. Okay. Here is kind of what I went through in order to file this complaint. Not really easy to file a complaint. Now, truth be told, I did not dial 911. My guess is if I had dialed 911 or chosen the emergency information, emergency complaint, I would have got through a lot quicker. So in their defense, I chose non-emergency, mainly because I did not want to tie up and get in the way of any other potential emergencies that were happening right now since this Ethan person made this death threat against him.
Mostly because it's not an emergency and the NRA meeting's over. So obviously nothing happened.
All the people in the NRA a couple days ago, and of course the convention is over now. I'm just now finding out how to get through there. So that's why I wanted you guys to see this. Yes, ma'am. I just returned from the NRA annual meeting in Houston, Texas at the George R. Brown Convention Center. And while
this is so funny because you're already out of the center. You left the meeting. Like, you're fine.
I was in there. There was a person online. His name is Ethan Klein. He was on a podcast, and he made the comment that someone should bomb that building, and later said, let's kill everyone in that effing building. And I'd like to file an actual complaint against this.
Did he say that? I don't know. The context is like that. I don't think he said. Did he say that? I feel like he didn't. I don't know. It could be wrong. The video's gone. So.
Person. I was one of the people. His name is Ethan Klein. ETH. I'm sorry. KLEIN. And his podcast is, I think, H3 podcast or the H3 podcast. And those were the. That's where I pulled the video down from, but I don't think that's where he publishes. I think he's just on a regular podcast. I guess you could get that on Spotify or wherever. Again, I don't follow the guy. I just was told about this and researched it, and he did in fact say that while I was there. And I feel like, there were signs that the Uvalde killer had made some statements online, and those weren't followed up on. I just feel like these things have to be followed up on.
Yeah, well, that's what our department is for. So I do have the podcast pulled up, and you said, do you remember what the specific video was?
I can send. Well, I think it's been taken down by YouTube now.
Well, it's gone, so your evidence is gone.
Thankfully, but I can send you the video clip. I have a video clip on my phone of it.
Actually, that was perfect. So if you could go on our website, it's iwatchtx.com. Let me make sure it's on that one. And it'll give you the option to basically submit all the information and add attachments. That way we can get the attachments directly, but we'll go ahead and start working on this now.
Okay. And is there a way you guys can communicate back to me after you've done whatever you do?
Just go ahead and put your information, your contact information in the reporting party, portion of the report, and then once it gets sent out to the region, it would be Harris County. They would be the ones to follow up, not us.
Okay. That's Harris County Sheriff's Department?
That would be DPS.
DPS, okay. And you're with DHS?
No, we're with DPS.
You're with DPS, okay.
We're just the counterterrorism department of DPS.
I follow you, because I was online trying to get...
It's one of those things where, like, when it comes to an actual Karen, they're annoying. I hate the word Karen, but a Karen is somebody who cares too much about dumb shit. They're just like, oh my God, somebody heard me. And they're just like annoying. This isn't even a Karen. This motherfucker doesn't care. You're not even being a Karen. You don't care. It's just that, like, there's this forced conservative outrage over this topic. That's all it is. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. Especially since conservatives, usually to me, aren't pussies. Okay, usually it's fucking more progressive leaning people that are crying about fucking everything. Conservatives are usually the ones that are just like chilling, just like, yeah, whatever, bro. And these motherfuckers are like, bro, it was a joke. Nothing happened. It was a really edgy joke. But like fucking somehow Keemstar has created conservative outrage, having a fucking meltdown on Ethan. With the desire to ban this guy. Like, whatever, you got a weak ban. I think that's totally fine. But like a fucking perma ban, like, it was pathetic.
Through DHS and got you guys, so I didn't know who I ended up winding up with.
Yeah, honestly, this is pretty much exactly what our department processes. We process like online threats and threats that are made. If you would have said it to you directly, then you could obviously immediately report it to police, but also report it to us. So you contact the right people.
Okay, well, I sure appreciate it. And again, hopefully you guys are successful in getting this taken care of.
Yeah, just go ahead and make sure, again, that website is iwatchtx.org, and it'll give you like the prompts to do a short report to us, and we'll get that as soon as you.
What else?
Perfect. I just wrote that down, and I'm going to go make that file statement right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your help. Bye-bye. Cool. All right, let me go fill all this out. So the process is somewhat simple. You go to their website, and as I mentioned earlier, I wanted to make sure that I was not clogging up any emergency personnel for any timely emergencies that were happening at the very moment. So where it asked me the type of incident, even though it's school related because the school was what initiated his comments, I want to make sure that I stay away from that.
Well, it's not school related at all. Fucking idiot. This is the funny part. Like, you're acknowledging that all this stems from the fucking school shooting, but you know that like this wasn't school referenced, and yet you still don't go, damn. Like, come on, bro. Fuck. I feel like we just forgot. She just fucked up.
I did not clog up those lines of anything that might be actually school related. I'm not going to, for instance, call a school shooting like the far left does, just because gangsters are on school property when they actually shoot people. So.
What are you talking about?
This was the screen that it took me to. Asked me to create a report, so I just simply went on to the next screen after that. And it brought me to an interesting thing that I wasn't expecting. What's the location of the activity? Of course, I wanted to choose California because I believe that's where he was podcasting from. And then I thought, well, the incident itself that he was referring to was in Texas. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. This was online activity, and that probably helps.
All right, enough of this. I just don't care. You're a loser. Listen, at the end of the day, here's the thing.
Actually talking about
Ethan got a week ban. I think that's fair. That's money in his pocket. All right? That's a hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Ethan was obviously very irritated because of the shooting. I know that a lot of you guys don't like him. That's totally fine. He deserves to be disliked. But Keemstar doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit. He hates Ethan so much. He'll destroy his own moral fucking foundation of trolling joke bullshit to go after the guy. That's called grifting. Okay? Keemstar doesn't care. If your argument is that Ethan is weaponizing the school shooting to be able to make these jokes, Keemstar's weaponizing the school shooting to try to deplatform Ethan. Both of them are fucking garbage, okay? They're both like the Skeksis from the Dark Crystal. But they're connected. But like it's, they don't connect Skeksis to the other thing. Whatever. The joke that didn't make sense. But you're both fucking abysmal. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. This whole situation with these kids dying was really upsetting. And I'm still upset. I think a lot of you guys are too, and let's not forget the teachers too, let's not forget the teachers who died as well. This just isn't really something that we should be fucking having a meltdown over. This situation is dumb. We should be focusing on figuring out solutions to how we can make it so less kids get fucking murdered in the classroom, because that's fucked up. That's the most upsetting part. This is drama that's being cultivated around a situation where 21 people were fucking murdered, 19 of which were children. And we stopped talking about that the second that Ethan made these jokes, and Keemstar decided to have a fucking meltdown over it. Not a single conversation has been had about what we can do. And I know that we're probably never going to be able to ban guns, or at least not for a while, and I'm not really for that. But very clearly, it should be much more difficult to get a firearm. Okay? It should be more difficult to get a firearm. There should have a license that's akin to a license for a car. At the very least, you shouldn't be able to be 18, walk in and get a gun on some kind of a finance program that costs hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. It's insane at 18. That's fucking bananas, man. All right, there should be some kind of system on Facebook where if you private message a fucking threat, it should get detected and sent to the police. And then there's a whole conversation to have about the really fucking pathetic police response. Okay, we need to make sure we have all this equipment. Okay, you police officers, at the end of the day, it's your job to put your life on the line. We've been told that you're a fucking hero for my entire life. When it comes down to the point to be a hero, you're not a hero. I know that sucks that you have to be a hero, but you signed up for this. These fucking children didn't. They're there to learn. These teachers didn't either. They're there to teach. And you're a police officer, and you're there to protect. And you guys delayed, and I wonder how many people died or couldn't be saved from their bullet wounds because you waited so fucking long. It really is time to hold our police more accountable. And it's nice to see conservatives shitting on police for once too. But it's just fucking insane, man. We've turned this whole thing into like a big point of drama. You want to deplatform somebody because you hate them so much because they don't like you back. You guys are in your fucking late 30s. Grow up, honestly. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.